Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today. And this is the third part in our series on grief, and we're going to focus on safety. And as we go through the whole session, I want to make a little bit of a comparison. And if you can give me a thumbs up to let me know you can hear me, that's great. But I want to make a comparison before we start this audio or session. It will help make it more powerful for you. So there's a difference between feeling safe and feeling comfortable and being unsafe and being uncomfortable. So as we go through this session, you're going to kind of notice a little bit of both. And I noticed even in my own grieving experiences, I really had to kind of differentiate between, am I just uncomfortable or am I really unsafe? Have I, okay, great. You can hear me. Thank you. So, and I don't want to completely distract you from the grief part of this, but we really do have to differentiate between, as we go through the session, am I really feeling unsafe or am I just uncomfortable? Because sometimes we have I call it our tolerance box. It's like, what can we tolerate? And if we have something going on and we're just so uncomfortable, it's like our box is full or our bucket's full. And then we have a tendency to have that overflow. And then that's when we start feeling unsafe. We may panic because we've gone past our tolerance threshold. And our goal today is not to go past our threshold. Our goal is to stay in a comfortable space to be able to do the session and process our grief. But since today's session is going to be around safety, I just wanted to kind of clarify the difference between being safe, because if you're not safe, then you need to correct that. You need to remove yourself from the unsafe situation or take action steps to correct that. Or if you're just uncomfortable, that we can actually go through and process a little bit more quickly. So I just kind of wanted to make that little definition there. Okay, so I'm going to turn off my camera so that I'm not distracting while I'm going through this session, and we will get started. And again, thank you for joining me. And take a couple deep breaths, finding a place where you can be comfortable and, of course, safe. Focusing in on the body. And tuning into, how do you feel right now? Just on a scale of 1 to 10. Because you'll want to monitor this as we go through our process today. And as you continue to breathe, I'm just going to go through my disclaimer. And again, welcome to the call. And being on this call allows me to work with your superconscious to provide you with the shifts to create a life you love. I'm not a doctor or a therapist, and I offer no advice. All resources provided on my website or these calls are for educational purposes only. Unlocking Resilience takes no responsibility for the use or misuse of the resources provided. You, as the listener or consumer, take full responsibility for your own mental health choices and behaviors. And you may even want to place a hand on your heart to bring your attention inward. Focusing on our theme of feeling safe. And as you continue to explore, I'm going to open this session. And especially for those that are new, we're going to educate your brain on the process of working with superconscious. Superconscious, please set up the healing procedure, showing the brain and the conscious mind the process. Because our subconscious mind speaks in metaphors. And today we're going to use the metaphor that healing trauma and painful parts in the body is like boating on a smooth, calm lake. And when painful emotions and memories come to the surface, it creates rough waters. This creates challenges while boating on the waters of life. Superconscious can smooth out these rough waters to a smooth, calm lake again, so that life can be smooth sailing again. Breathing and allowing your conscious and subconscious mind to activate your healing program. It's already in there, you just didn't know you had access to it. Superconscious, please run the beginning process so that the body can start using the healing procedure even after this session is over. And superconscious, please find all parts, predispositions, and complex structures that relate to, with, and about safety. Lining them up one after another so we can treat them one after another, safely, calmly, and with total respect. And superconscious, please treat any parts or elements that were tagged from the last session until now during the appropriate time during today's session. And when ready, do a massive history change and everything after that. Breathing and noticing. And superconscious, any parts that don't want treatment, don't know what treatment is, or maybe they're just curious, maybe they're avoidant, can be placed in the observatory mode. Please gently inform them and show them the treatment process and the benefits of treatment, reminding them that no parts die, and that after treatment, all information is accessed, and that pain is replaced with positive elements so that the treated parts can integrate with the main identity, if that's in their highest good. So there's no more conflict in running the body together. Treat rest will be the process that we maintain during the session. The goal is to maintain your stability and to prevent flooding of the main identity. Let them know they can join the treatment at any time, and there has to be full agreement before treatment is applied. And superconscious with kindness and understanding. Please find and support all parts that are associated to and with the structure of being safe. And then as we lean into today's session, ask yourself, did you feel safe as a child? Or did you experience something else? Did you feel you were protected and guided? Or did you experience something else? When was the first time you can remember feeling you had to sacrifice to be kept safe? What was going on around you at the time, and feel into what's coming up for you? Superconscious, please treat everything that's coming into the active experience fully. Treat all snapshots, decisions, emotions, projections, expectations, fear, separation, confusion, judgments, and sensations triggered from others that got internalized in a disempowering way. And replace them with self-empowering snapshots, emotions, intuition, decisions, and beliefs to form an identity that is aligned with my heart's desires and not the judgments and expectations of others. In this process of developing safety and choosing yourself to create calm waters in your life, superconscious, please treat any broken agreements with self, unaligned intentions, unfinished communications, or any other mindset or brain barrier. And superconscious, let these parts know, these protective parts, let them know that we appreciate their commitment to self. We appreciate their ability to hold their ground, even if they're running on outdated information, because these were developed when we were very young. Letting them know they made the right decision in a stressful situation. Breathing and noticing. And as these parts realize they were right, treating the face, treating the eyes, treating any suppressed rage and fear, and anywhere they have taken an external snapshot of a disempowering person, emotion, or event. Anywhere where I felt unsafe, not protected, or that information was kept from me, or the situation I was in was just unable to be handled by a young me. Take and treat that and replace it with a new positive and self-empowering snapshot, a new positive self-empowering inner voice of safety and protection, knowing I made the right decision in a difficult situation. And superconscious, please treat any parts that are associated to and with feeling unsafe, confused, unprotected, and not knowing what to do, that got internalized, and then do a massive history change and everything after that. And again, just breathing and noticing. Again, super conscious. Please treat the eyes. And focus on what is your intention for today's session? Where can you bring safety and provide protection for yourself, even if others seem not to? And is there a purpose to having others that are not safe in your life? And super conscious, explain to these parts that often as a child you didn't have a choice. And reinstate the natural consciousness of choice. Help them to understand they are no longer in that situation. And when they feel safe enough, introduce them to the big capital S self. And again, just breathe and notice. Feeling into any grief or discomfort. See if you can feel what's underneath of feeling unsafe or unprotected. Maybe it's just overwhelm. Maybe as a child, you actually did see the situation clearly, and maybe it was scary. Helping them to understand who or what happened to change the self-empowering belief in yourself. Your superconscious begin to smooth out the rough waters, any beliefs, body sensations that are coming up as we focus on this for today. knowing that when it comes up, superconscious can treat it. And superconscious, please treat the structure of all disempowering associations to and with these beliefs that are creating rough waters in my active experience related to safety. And please treat any beliefs related to feeling abused, hurt, unguided, ignored. And beliefs like no one can be trusted, I don't belong, I can't find help when I need it. And for some, please treat the belief that I've been left to die, treating all ancestral influences and any other related beliefs, thoughts, memories, emotions, or experiences. And superconscious containing all of that, go back to the original event where any of these beliefs and behaviors were first created, learned, and then reinforced. In this lifetime or any other lifetime. And please treat it fully and all the memories associated to and with and about these unsafe, rough waters. And if possible, go back to right before the most dominating, intruding belief that was developed and treat that and creating an anchor to weather any storm. This tether creates new, positive, self-empowering beliefs, memories, to replace all of the tagged and treated disempowering elements. And once fully treated, replace all treated elements with self-empowering elements. And once it's all treated again, reinforce all positive coping mechanisms and then treat all disempowering elements that has reinforced this lack of safety, this lack of protection from that original creation point up until now and into the future. Treating anything that reinforces a disempowering element. And when ready, do a massive history change and everything after that. Reminding yourself that during this process, that you're reclaiming the mastery of your own boat, your own heart. Using the metaphor that smooth waters doesn't always create a skillful sailor. And you are becoming a skillful sailor. And again, just continue focusing on your body, your thoughts, any emotions that may be coming up. Maybe you're getting old memories. Maybe different people are popping to mind. They're just coming into your active experience so superconscious can treat them. And superconscious, please identify the predispositions, the parts, and complex structures that led to these associations to and with the first belief that a lack of safety is possible. Take and treat them fully, supporting the intuition centers, and when appropriate, do a massive history change and everything after that. And then we're going to take a little bit to let the parts restabilize, and I'll just be silent. And as you refocus on your breath and your body, or maybe you just have an image of your boat floating in your mind's eye, notice any judgments you might still have about yourself, about others, or about the world around feeling unsafe, unprotected, around any beliefs about feeling that you can't be safe while being authentic. What is it that you do or others do that have you feel unsafe? Is it their judgments, their criticisms, rejection, or blame? Maybe you notice there's things floating in the water around your boat. Maybe some of these got in your boat, things like jealousy. And how are you noticing it in your body as you focus on it? Can you really get in touch with those feelings and sensations and know that it's safe to allow it to be there so the superconscious can treat it? If it's too intense, you can use the surface of the water to show superconscious what needs to be treated and smoothed. Again, just breathing and noticing, allowing your body to bring up what needs to be balanced. Superconscious, please treat everything in the active experience fully, treating and smoothing all the rough waters. Treat all beliefs and behaviors from others and self that get internalized in a disempowering way and replace them with self-empowering beliefs and behaviors to form an identity that is aligned with my heart's desires and not the behaviors and beliefs and standards of others. In this process of developing the true self, the true identity, please treat any broken agreements with self, any unaligned intentions, unfinished communication, and please treat any mind or brain barriers that are blocking treatment and communication. And once those are resolved, please treat everything again, replacing all treated elements with positive self-empowering elements. And also bring in a new positive, self-empowering, protective inner voice. And subconscious, please treat any parts that are associated to and with these complex structures, these internalized interjects, if necessary, and then do a massive history change and everything after that. And super conscious as we move forward, making the comparison between unsafe and uncomfortable, please treat any fear, any resistance, self-doubt, explaining to all of the parts that resistance is the first step of change. That's how they know they're changing. Please treat any feelings of not being safe, of not being seen, not protected, or that being seen means you're not protected. Please treat the structure of all disempowering associations to this structure. And please treat the structure, including all parts, traumas, interjects, and beliefs. Superconscious, please tag and treat the individuation process of the internal and external to make a clear division between me and not me, safe and not safe. Again, boosting my intuition centers, So my true self can be experienced as safe, as self empowered, and feels protected by me, and that I have access to guidance by me. And to know what action steps to take to create safety and the courage to take those steps in the perfect timing and in the perfect way. And when appropriate, do a massive history change and everything after that. And again, I'm going to go silent while the parts continue to be treated and to stabilize. And continue just breathing and noticing the body, honoring all the ways it made the right decision in a difficult situation. And as we take a little time to honor those parts, giving gratitude for the body and everything it can do, we're going to go a little bit deeper. And super conscious, please identify the parts, predispositions, and complex structures that led to the associations, to the internalization of not feeling safe, not feeling protected. And please diagnose the pathological consciousness of the concept of protection and replace it with the natural consciousness of the concept of protection since the beginning of time. Breathing and noticing. And super conscious, please replace any unprotected objects that have been internalized with a positive, self-empowering, protected object. Self-empowering memories, self-empowering intuition, and experiences so they can have an internalized self, an empowered self. Even if an internalized object is still needed, begin developing the true, grounded, safe connection to self that resides in the heart. Treating all heart memories as needed, and treating all heart memories and all of the various layers we are addressing today so that it can align and treat the most dominant, disempowering belief or memory, heart memories, and when ready, do a massive history change and everything after that. And focusing on or around your body, maybe you can bring in a comforting color, if any is needed. Is there a color that represents safety? You might imagine your whole body filling up with this color, if any, and connecting and comforting all of your energy centers. placing your attention to whichever center or part of the body that pulls your attention. And as this comforting color fills the body, it creates a balanced self-expression of love, self-esteem, and self-validation and worthiness. And super conscious, please treat the energy centers that can be treated at this time. And treat any disempowering behaviors, beliefs within the energy centers, treating any meridians, and with an extra focus on the metal element in the body and mind, bringing in the element of structure and anything else that is causing disorganization or rough waters. And again, super conscious, please treat the energy centers so they function as a whole and replace and treat any disempowering memories with positive self-empowering beliefs, thoughts, memories, experiences. And continue supporting the self-empowered self to express self-respect, self-protection, and a grounded connection to self. And continue treating these new ideas, these new energies, this new self until it is 100% true in the main identity. So that the main identity understands and knows that it can protect itself. It can use its intuition for guidance. That it's safe to have help from others. And most importantly, so I can feel what is safe and not safe for me. And to take action steps to keep my boat safe and afloat in life. And once this metaphor is understood and these areas are treated, when appropriate, do a massive history change and everything after that. And again, I'll go silent for a few moments to allow the parts to stabilize before treating more. Continue breathing and noticing. And maybe focus on your heart. And ask your heart, as I begin to protect myself and have safety, who am I becoming? What are my heart's desires? What would it look like for me to be and feel safe as my true, authentic self? What aspects of yourself would you like to express and be safe doing so? What aspects would you like to be able to protect? What does being safe and protected look and feel like? And super conscious while treating the heart memories, please restore and reinstate the original truth, the original benefits and beliefs of safety, worthiness, belonging, of safe connection and community. Please reinforce positive self-empowering beliefs such as, I know when I am safe. I am loved for who I truly am. I am worthy and deserving. I can protect myself and others. I can tell when it's safe to love and to be loved. And please reinforce these beliefs until they are 100% true in the main personality, treating all contradicting elements until smooth waters are the norm. And when appropriate, do a massive history change and everything after that. The superconscious, please do a sentence procedure on the phrase, I have healthy, safe boundaries for myself. I listen to my needs. I value my safety. I am a priority to myself. Please treat all memories associated to, with, and about these statements until there are no more contradicting thoughts, parts, emotions, memories, events, or experiences associated with these phrases. And when ready, do a massive history change and everything after that. Breathing and noticing. And superconscious, please do a sentence procedure on any other supportive phrase and continue to treat them until they are absolutely true in the main identity. And until the main personality is boating on smooth waters with beautiful weather and feels safe with these self-empowering truths. Even when the phrases are seen, felt, or heard. Treating any contradictory thoughts, rough waters, or beliefs from self or others until only self-empowering beliefs will be accepted by the main personality. And coming back to your body and your breath, checking in with your original statement. Am I safe? And how do you feel now? Check in to see how your boat is doing in the waters of life. Notice any shifts that may have taken place. How are you feeling about and around the concept of safety and protection with yourself, with others, and the world, but most importantly, yourself? And as we bring today's session to a close, superconscious, please begin the closing procedure and integrate all the memories we have touched today into memories 1, 2, and 3. Tandem memories, shadow memories, and any other memories, known or unknown. And please treat all levels of the body's physiology. And between now and the next session, tag any memories in a neutral way and treat any disempowering or negative parts and then replace them and reinforce positive self-empowering memories and emotions in their place. And then superconscious, do a complete massive history change and everything after that, grounding everything into the matrix of the universe. And as you bring your attention back to your space, maybe have a little wiggle around. And with your permission, I will bring the session to a close. And again, just take a little bit of time to see how you're feeling. How is the body? Maybe you need to get a drink of water, maybe move around a little bit. Exercise is really important too when we're working with trauma because as we move around, it allows the body to shift things. So sometimes, even after a meditation like this, it's a good idea to take a little bit of a walk, have a little stretch, or if you feel the need during this session to move around, that's also great. And again, thank you for being with me. And if you want to leave me any comments of topics that you would like me to do more videos on, since this is the third one, so it's kind of the last one on grief, happy to do whatever topics you want me to. And again, thank you for joining me today and have a lovely rest of your day.